Hi everyone, my name is Lauren and I recently traveled to Egypt with EF Ultimate Break back in May of 2023 and it was so amazing. I actually fell in love with this company so much that I wanted to take a step further with them, so I became an EF Ultimate Break ambassador, which means that I will be linking my code below. And if you want to travel to Egypt with EF or anywhere else, they have over 120 trips on their website. I can actually save you $100 off your first trip if you use the code below. And I promise you, you will not regret it. Traveling to EF or to Egypt with EF was the best thing that I could have ever done. And yeah, I loved it. So I just wanted to get into what we did on the trip and what I loved about it and everything like that. So yeah, thanks for coming. Okay, so day one, we actually went to the pyramids, which was the main reason why I booked this trip. The pyramids, they were all I could have ever imagined they were and more. They were huge, they were so big, a lot bigger than I thought they were gonna be. We got to climb inside of them. Definitely not for the faint of heart. It's super claustrophobic. It's like this massive like uphill slant and you have to crouch because it's rock all around you. There's no moving air, so it's really hot. Yeah, I'm not a claustrophobic person and I was getting a little freaked out in there, but definitely worth it. I can now tell people, hey, I've been inside pyramids. That's pretty cool. Not a lot of people can say that. So definitely recommend. I think it was like an extra $10 to do that. I definitely recommend it. It's worth it. So yeah, that was a really cool experience. And then we also got to ride camels in front of the pyramids, and that was also a huge bucket list moment. Our tour guide actually handled all of that for us, so we just kind of gave her money and she handled all of it. So that was really nice. We didn't have to worry about it, figuring that out, communicating. It was just, she did it. We put our money where it was supposed to go and we were good. So that was really nice about it. And yeah, riding camels in front of the pyramids was so cool. Camels are huge. Also didn't know how big those things were. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Day one, starting off real strong. It was amazing. Day two, we got up real early and we flew from Cairo to Aswan. And once we got there, we got on this little boat and like a little fluke ride, and we went on the Nile, which was so cool. It was my first time seeing the Nile, and that was like, just a crazy moment. And so we got on the Nile and we boated. We floated to this village called a Nubian village, and it's kind of like they're their own little entity, I guess. They have their own schools, they have their own language, their own little culture. So that was really cool to be able to see that, and you can only get to it by boat. So we actually got to go through their schools. We got to learn a little bit of their language. We got to eat some of their food. We got to go into their house, just see how they live day-to-day lives. And they have pet alligators. That was really cool. Yeah, so that was really awesome. We just kind of got to sit down with some of them and really just see what their life looks like. And that was really amazing. And their village is super bright and colorful, which you can tell I'm all about it. So that was really pretty too to experience. And we all got henna tattoos if you wanted, and it was just really cool to experience something so different from our normal lives, and it was just a really amazing experience. Day three was when we got on our little river cruise on the Nile, so that was really cool. The boat was really nice. I think it was like maybe six floors. I can't really remember. It was big. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. The top deck had a pool and chairs that you could, get out and tan on. It was really hot. It's like I didn't do it super much, but I did do it. And that was really nice. You could read a book out there or whatever. They have an outdoor eating area. They had a massage tent that you could do. Their food was actually pretty good. It was buffet all the time, so can't complain about the food. It was great. Don't eat anything that's washed in the water. Eat like a hot meal. I made the mistake of eating a salad one day because I was done eating carbs and I did get a little stomach issues, so don't do that. Yeah, stick to the hot food, or if you can wash it yourself in a water bottle, do that. Don't do what I did. Anyway, we got on a river cruise, and then we also went to the temple of Kom, which was really cool. This temple is like literally right in the middle of like a town, like a city. So it's like these ancient ruins and then like just regular work buildings, so that was really crazy just to kind of see and like imagine like living there and just seeing that every day like casually. Like it's just so crazy. They had mummified crocodiles there, so that was really cool. Yeah, this temple was really pretty. It wasn't super big. I liked this one. We went really early in the morning, so it wasn't crowded at all, which was really nice. We kind of got to like walk around and explore pretty much just to ourselves, so that was really cool and really fun. Yeah, I loved Kamombo. We got back on the boat, we kept going. It was great. It was nice to just kind of hang out on the boat, get to know people in our group a little bit more. So that was really cool. I just realized that I skipped a day. So in between the Nubian village and Temple of Kamombo, we actually went to my favorite temple, so I can't believe I forgot this, called the Temple of Philae. And this temple, it's actually been moved from its original location. I don't remember where the original location was, but now it sits in Aswan on like a little island that you can only get to by boat into the Nile. So that was really, really cool. The island is literally just big enough to fit the temple. I don't know how they moved it. I have no idea. Don't ask me. I can't answer. Temple of Philae, all-time favorite thing that I did in Egypt. It was incredible. It was larger than life. The hieroglyphs were just 4 stories tall. I have no idea. Don't ask me how they did that because I cannot answer. I think it's aliens. Who knows? Don't quote me on that. Yeah, Temple of Philae. It was just, it's huge. It's beautiful. It's so cool. Yeah, I just loved it. This was my favorite day by far. It was incredible. Just seeing all the hieroglyphs in the different rooms and the columns, and yeah, it's just larger than life. It was amazing. After Temple of Kamombo, we then sailed to Luxor, and this is where we went to the Valley of the Kings and Temple of Queen Hatshepsut. Hopefully I said that right. I don't know. And again, this was every single day here was just incredible. This day was just so awesome. The Valley of the Kings, that was so cool. It's like you're in the desert and then all of a sudden it's just these incredible mountains. And in the valley of these mountains are all of these temples that have been discovered of all of the pharaohs. And yeah, so we got to see King Tut and his temple, or his tomb, and his mummy actually, which was so crazy to like think about and see. And it's just crazy. I'm conflicted because they keep him in like this little glass case for everyone to stare at forever, but it's also like really cool to see him. So like I feel bad that he's in there, but also I'm like really thankful that I did get to see him. So a little conflicted. Yeah, these tombs are incredible. So it's actually bad luck, I learned, for them to have finished the temple or the tomb before the pharaoh died. So the bigger the tomb, the longer the life of the pharaoh. So King Tut's tomb, oh my gosh, King Tut's tomb is actually very little because he died so young, whereas other pharaohs' tombs go so far back and they're just so intricately decorated, and because they lived for so long. These tombs have all the original colors so in them, so all the hieroglyphs are just like painted in these beautiful blues and reds and yellows, and it's just incredible to walk in these tombs so far underground and just see all of these original colors that have been preserved down there in these massive tombs. And so that was just really cool to just be a part of that. I don't know, it was just like, wow. And then the Temple of Queen Hatshepsut, so she was so cool. She was such a badass, excuse my language. This temple, be prepared to walk up a lot of stairs. There's a lot of stairs, but it's really cool. It's like kind of built into the side of a mountain. So she was not, I guess, allowed to be buried in the Valley of the Kings. That's stupid. I don't know. Don't ask me. So anyway, she was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna build my own temple, or my own tomb, temple, whatever. And it's gonna be amazing. So hers was awesome. It's like 3 layers. Just a lot of statues. Really cool. It was really pretty. Yeah, it was really cool that it was just kind of built into the side of a mountain. Again, a lot of stairs. It was really tiring, but it was really cool to see. Yeah, I loved everything about it. Unfortunately, due to sandstorms and bad weather, we were not able to do our hot air balloon ride in Luxor over the Valley of the Kings, which I was so bummed about. And I think every single person on my tour actually had signed up for the hot air balloon, so everybody was in the same boat of being so upset about it. Still, our trip was incredible and once in a lifetime thing. And so it's okay that we didn't get to do it, but it still was really disappointing. So I can't talk about that. But I can talk about how we did. So then the next day in Luxor, we went to the Temple of Luxor Temple. I can't remember the name of it. And then like the Avenue of the Sphinx. And yeah, that was just, those temples were beautiful. Again, like larger than life. We got to go to one at night and then the next one the next morning. So it was really cool to see like a temple at night all lit up and then see it again the next day. Yeah, the Avenue of the Sphinx was really cool. It stretches for a mile in between the two temples. So that was really cool just to like, just imagine that being like back in the day, like that was just a road people took. Like just, yeah, anyway, so it was just really amazing. We did get caught in a sandstorm. So it was very windy, lots of sand everywhere. It was actually really cool though. It was kind of cool to experience that there. We did have to fly in it though, and that was really scary. Yeah, our plane dropped so much that I came out of the seat. The only thing holding me was my seatbelt, and no part of me was touching the seat, so that was really horrifying. But pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, these temples were amazing. Avenue of the Sphinx, one of my favorite parts. There were a lot of statues in these temples. That was really cool. Really enjoyed looking at those and just seeing how big they were and how detailed and everything. So yeah, so that was our last day in Luxor, and then the next day we flew from Luxor back to Cairo, so I will get into that. Our last day we spent in Cairo, and on this day we did the Egyptian Museum in downtown Cairo, and then we got to see some Gothic churches, which was really cool. We got to see like this one little room where supposedly Jesus had hidden out at one point in his lifetime, so that was really cool to see. And just like think about him possibly being there at one point in our life or in his lifetime and like standing in that same room. So that was really cool. And then we also did the Mosque of Muhammad Ali, which if you haven't ever seen a picture of it, because I hadn't before, it's beautiful. You walk in and your breath is just taken away. It's amazing. I'm a part-time wedding planner, and there was actually a wedding going on when we were there where they were setting up for it. And so I was like freaking out the whole time. I was like, this is beautiful. And I mean, just the inside of the temple itself is just, or the mosque, I guess, is amazing. We actually got to hear the call to prayer while we were inside the mosque, and that was just really surreal. And it was just so cool to be able to experience that. And yeah, it was just no words. It was awesome. The Egyptian Museum was really cool because we had learned all this history this whole trip while we were here, and then we kind of got to see the artifacts from it inside this museum, so that was really cool. And yeah, would definitely advise to cover up this day. I felt more comfortable this way. I felt more respectful. Yeah, definitely cover your shoulders, your knees. That was just a personal preference, but it's also respectful. So yeah, our last day in Cairo, I definitely enjoyed it. Got to see a little bit of like downtown, so that was really cool. And then we spent the night again in Giza, back at the same hotel in front of the pyramids. So we got to say bye to the pyramids one more time, so that was really cool. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this quick little rundown of everything that we did in our trip to Egypt with EF Ultimate Break. If you have any questions or anything, let me know down in the comments. I'll be so happy to answer them, anything at all. And yeah, just remember that if you are looking into booking a trip with EF Ultimate Break, use my link below and it'll give you a little bit of a discount. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you love EF Ultimate Break as much as I do. Thank you.